But yeah, it's been a wild week. It's been a crazy week for me. Just dealing with working from home. And you got sound now? Can you hear me? Are we there? Are we there? Are we good? Can you guys hear me? Yes? How we sounding? Give me a thumbs up. But yeah, it's been a crazy week. Just working and yeah, working from home is it's a different animal, man. It's a different beast. Just, you know, yo, just a little back noise. Okay. But yeah, it's been a crazy week. But yeah, today I am going to play some of my favorite B-side songs, a few unreleased, and some you may have heard, but this is beats and B-sides, so I'm only going to play, a few of the things that may not be the most popular songs on certain albums and a few unreleased joints. And I'm going to try to keep it moving, maybe talk about a couple of them as we go along. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. Thank y'all for checking out Beats and B-Sides. This is the 4th episode. I'm going to try to keep going. But yeah, it's buzzing. Okay, I'm going to try to fix that. It's crazy, I don't hear it. But yeah, I'm going to start it off with a joint from me and Walter Rocktight's album, year 8076. It's called The Whites of Their Eyes. Let's get it going. I'm just going to start off with some crazy bars. And yeah, we're going to keep it moving like that. Hope y'all enjoy. Let me know if y'all can hear it okay. Yo, me and Rocktight just be hurting cats' feelings. This is ILLOGIC. Let me know if y'all can hear the music, alright? Yo, I just wanna spit these bars, strangle cats. Yo, I stand erect to resemble a phallic symbol. Simple architecture lecture severs as lessons start to lessen. Guess immoral fibers in horrible state. Employ you to take in seamstress clusters to utter seamless structure. Mothers and fathers, altars, sons and daughters, culture, circular symmetry instantly calls the vultures. Feeding time, minds, main course, thoughts, hors d'oeuvres. Place more curves in path of resistance and laugh at your instincts. Change course, of course, resource, safe altitude. Before landing, I'll take a plate of Italian foods. A nice cup of Java and a cancer stick for after it. And relax a bit and meditate. Don't hesitate, I've mastered it. Hip-hop is still gotta be your philosophy. After me, casualties and sound are drowned in their own apathy. The vagabonds are scattering, egos to pantomime. Laughter, searching for Jacob's ladder to climb. Dying, drop to the panhandlers who prance scandalous. Pavement pounding, pacifist, cautious, grip amulet and keep walking. Menacing monsters smashing, under the thunder clapping. Wonders of lightning flashing, triton smashing, titans crashing. Sparking a chain reaction in fashion, the panthers pouncing. Symphonic, harmonic, logic, confidence, drain the fountain. Astounding with every sentence written in cryptic script. Lingual misfit, mischief, intense when split slit. I got some more. Yo. You never met a more clever metaphor mutant. It's evident I X-Men with heavens and substance movement, straight path, crooked stance, soiled hands and grin. I foil plans beforehand through precognizance. Paragon of venomous sentencing, demented imagery. Only 10 days until you see the ring. Lost lives of 4 guys who realize they're not wise. Use beehives to sweeten up the streetwise I'm eating up. Thinking of shrinking winklings, drinking from an angel's cup. Swarms of pure form left the wires tangled up. You're dormant when performing for the circus, whipping clown calls. Worthless written, smitten with shiny rocks, trying to sound. Lockjaw from overbiting, enlightened veterans. Better get a second chair before the virus settles in. Papyrus disintegrate, pencil lead crumbles. Ink and pen evaporates, writers blocking bundles. You can't seem to concentrate, with each carry you fumble. The padded walls fascinate, with each step you stumble. Perfected precise method of mastering cacophony. Often we inject serum and venom in them audibly. Send them to outer space, get outer space for action. Slash his face just in case he claim radioactive. Columbus massive, time is coming for demise. But I won't fire until I see the whites of your eyes. Yeah. Word. So, yeah, you're telling me I got a little bit of buzz. I don't hear it. So, and it wasn't doing that before. I hate when I get online and it start acting stupid. But that was Whites of Their Eyes from year 8076. This is Illogic's Favorites on Beats and B-Sides Volume 4. We're going to keep it moving. Next, I'm going to play a joint that me and my boy Aaron Evans did, actually with Ill Poetic as well. And it's a joint called Walkin' that never got released, but it's like one of my favorite songs. I think I told y'all before, me and Ill Poetic and Aaron Evans were a group called The Seeds, and we did about 8 songs. Some of them were really good, some not so much, which is why it really didn't come out. But yeah, so I'm gonna play Walkin', and you know, I hope, was the last song all right? Did y'all hear it all right? I hope so. But I'm gonna play Walkin', and this is one of my favorites as well.
My heart is singing, walking. My heart is singing, my heart is singing.
You see, wanna start running, seems I can't stop the bipedal. Hunting my dreams at my own speed. Proceed at this pace, I figure why settle. My level of aggression's at its height, I'm fueled by need. Bleed openly, the scars aren't secret. Though art is sacred, each part of my heart is aching. The tomb is vacant, stepping one step at a time. These steps that I climb are for those 3 locks. Mistakes are only the aftershocks of regret. In the same shoes and socks since high school, who knew they still couldn't trace the trek I've stepped to earn respect? Wanna start running, seems I can't stop the bipedal. Hunting my dreams at my own speed. Greed's a far cry from why I believe. See the tanks on E, I'm fueled by the fumes of need. The trees wave in the breeze, that greeting I can't sacrifice. I would accelerate life and lose sight of my seeds, but I'll keep.
My heart is singing, walking. My heart is singing, walking. My heart is singing, my heart is singing, my heart is singing.
I am running backwards, I'm hustling sideways, driving highways. How that never-ending story go? I'm in the threshold with voices my flesh hold, pacing my mind, keeping grips to what I let go. Under the sun, there's nothing new, so I'm trying to drive slow under the moon. What's up with you? Floating through a haze of shit I don't remember this. Spike Lee cameras on my face reflect the images. Flying through the season in my own time zone, living in my mind's home. I'm trapped inside freedom. It's threw me, but it never threw me off. I got my rhythm back, now everything is cool. It's swimming in a sea of inner synergy that enters into me. Compare my pens to centipedes, the way that they be on blue lines, dancing in the pale moonlight. Child of life, I'm crawling, I am not quite.
Y'all feeling that?
My heart is singing,
Yeah.
my heart is singing.
Yeah, this is Beats and B-Sides, episode 4, Illogic's Favorites, playing unreleased and some released B-Sides. Just want to make sure that everybody can hear this all right. Make sure everybody's out there being safe. Life is crazy right now. Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this streaming thing. I'm gonna get y'all right, get the sound right, get everything right. Picture is gonna be crispy, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, Blockhead and RJ was a big influence on all my music as producer. All the cats that I was chilling with growing up. Kamoo, Intellect's production, Blueprint's production. Everybody was a huge influence. Yeah. My heart is singing. My heart is singing. My heart is singing. Alright, word. So that was Walkin'. Me and Ill Poetic, IME. He was IME now, then. Now he's Aaron Evans on the production. This next joint I'm going to play is a feature that I did for a cat named Jules Hunter. I'm not sure exactly where he's out of, but yeah, this joint is called The Resistance, and it's one of my favorites. I'm sure, I'm not sure, how many people have heard it, but it's one of my favorite joints that probably, not too many of my fans have heard. So this joint is called The Resistance. It's really funky, and I'm super proud of it. Here we go. Yeah. The resistance is growing. Don't get left behind. Yeah, check.
There comes the time when the limelight fades into obscurity, then the security of your future is questioned by the purity of lessons you embrace. On this road less traveled, bang the gavel just in case. Oh, this elevates the focus to the mountain's peak. Trek to destination while the impatient accountant sheep. Sick and tired of waiting, try taking your place at the zenith of existence. Please evaluate the friends you keep. I've never seen the righteous seeking handouts, thinking a lamp and seems you need a stand in, a standout, looking for action, walking. All your talking's no consequence. With a demeanor this ominous, can you blame the fans' doubt? They pacify these pacifists with money in hopes to justify every ass they kiss with passion lips. Funny where we've come from, scary where we're going, but just listen to the whispers, the resistance is growing. Almost uncontrollable, we've opened our minds, now we're rolling through neighborhoods, looking for egos to grind with every pedestal topple. Ridicule ensues, optimal mission, just listen as the king sings the blues. Caution, there's often ladders to climb, crabs to crush, blind leading the blind, and they got the nerve to laugh at us. Funny where we've come from, scary where we're going, but just listen to the whispers, the resistance is growing.
Just listen to the whispers, the resistance is growing. I'ma tell her like they told me, can't hold me, I own them. I'ma live how I wanna live, give what I gotta give. Listen to the echoes of my former self and pardon him. I mean pardon me, excuse me, let me clear my throat and spit a sermon venomous. The lesson is the antidote, I got this from my father. Nigga raised me with the iron fist, this method, pure madness, epic savage, Black Panther shit. The human pain chain, lettuce and a counter strike depicted in the Morse code, not televised with battle tried. It's here in the Seattle skies, Columbus to the windy shy, endangered on Galapagos, a gang of wild cannibals. The lab got the beacon mixed to leak to seek the status quo. Attention to the speaker, it will lead you through those catacombs to the promised land, cause many men have died to face the fate. There's no question we're destined for redemption in Shawshank. When we escape or leave our past where it belongs, moving forward to the future, more secure with who we are. Get rid of all the scars, this movement's from our heart of pain. We spit so damn hard, we stay trapped behind the bars. We say, back in the day there was a culture I was fond of, culture by the people for my peoples that was caught up. The revolution's been here, it starts deep inside of us. Resistance is a reaction whenever the grip is high enough.
Yeah, it's The Resistance. Yeah, this next joint I'ma play is called Dream Castle. And it's another feature that I did with this cat Drew. He's a producer, and he does a lot of.
If we say that
he does a lot of dubstep, and it was the first time I ever wrote or even did a song that even resembled something like dubstep with the builds and all that stuff, and it was really, really, really fun to do. So I wanted to share that with y'all. I don't know how many people have heard it, but it is available on Spotify, as well as the last song I played, The Resistance, is available on Spotify under Jules Hunter. It's on his album Footnotes of Jules Hunter. And Dream Castle was a single released by Drew and me that is also on Spotify. Look it up. But here is Dream Castle. I love this joint. I've run laps around myself, but I haven't seen myself in ages. Not sure if I even exist. There's been a market for manhood. I've tried to sleep where man stood to dream, but I'm not sure if I can catch the gift. There's a plan for the Sandman to sprinkle pixies for the culture of it, encircle the carcasses for the vulture of it. They'll eat us alive, for we pray to survive. We must dive into the drive to succeed. We
We've been alive for some time, but maybe we're just realizing it. We've been alive for some time, but maybe we're just realizing it. I've been trying to find a way to bring about the change that I've been searching for. The range of view is something more than standing on a mountain peak, staring down at those you think are lesser. No one's better, some just scared or unprepared. Drunk off of the beauty that I've evolved into, there's an awakening waiting to be called into existing. We hope to provide the resistance, but there's a resistance in resisting the nightmare they've passed off as a daydream. We belittle ourselves as playthings for their amusement. Parks are no longer places we go to relax, but attempt to find ourselves for fun. We've been alive for some time, but maybe we're just realizing it. We've been alive for some time, but maybe we're just realizing it. I've been trying to find a way to bring about the change that I've been searching for. The range of view is something more than standing on a mountain peak, staring down at those you think are lesser. No one's better, some just scared or unprepared. Be safe, Roger. Be safe out there. Yeah, so that was Dream Castle. Illogic and Drew, DRU. Also on Spotify, you can check it out. I also made a playlist of these songs that are available on Spotify. It's under Live 5120. Y'all can check it out. But this next joint is a joint that's produced by my homie Ill Poetic, off of our Diabolical Fun record. And this joint is called Time. As a lot of you know, time is one of the things that I talk about a lot in a lot of my music. And this joint was real special to me because at the time, no pun intended, I was, really thinking about time and really thinking about where I was in my career, because this was my first album after coming back from hiatus after doing Celestial Clockwork. So this joint is called Time, produced by Ill Poetic off of Diabolical Fun, also on Spotify. Check it out.
It's time to build, it's time to crash, it's time to yield, it's time to last, it's time to feast, it's time to fast, it's time to release, it's time to grab, it's time to open the doors we've closed, it's time to focus the path of our souls, it's time to live so past can die, it's time to bridge the gaps of our lives, it's time to break, it's time to come together, it's time to shake and be forever, it's time to fall, it's time to stand, it's time to cultivate desolate land, it's time to breathe, it's time to breathe, it's time to follow, it's time to lead. It's time to walk, it's time to run, it's time to rebel against what we've become.
in the train.
It's never been boxed this time. The TikToks watching you unwind in time. There's never been a substitute for time. To bring light to the dark, you do with slime. Find time to make time for time. Now's the time I shine where hopes the time reflects the shine. To bring sight to the blind to find their way in time. Before time runs out of time. Each line's a moment in time, so take a moment in time and cherish these moments in time. We live in a time where there's limited time, so I'm giving my time. Don't waste your time, I'm going to chase my time slow till it's time to go, but now's the time. Yeah, it's time to walk, it's time to run, it's time to rebel against what we become.
Time's limited.
No time for looking back.
Time's limited. We pour liquor in the train.
White peace in the house. Yeah, so that was Time. That was Time by me and Ill Poetic off of the Diabolical Fun album. That's one of my favorite joints off of that album. Yeah, a lot of the critics didn't really care for that album, but who cares? You know what I'm saying?
I'd like to say thank you very much.
As long as the fans dug it, you know, like that's what was the most important.
I like Grateful.
So this next joint that I'm gonna play for y'all, it's actually called Stay Sleep, and I'm gonna tell a little story about this before I play it. Stay Sleep is produced by Drum and Knowledge. It was a group of, these kids were like 13, 14 years old when I recorded this song. And it was really cool because they had so many artists come out there. I think Doom came to their house. Like they were like 13, 14, and their parents would put up, you know, the MCs. They bought them all the studio equipment and everything. They had a beautiful house. And I went out there maybe 2 or 3 times and recorded some stuff with them. And they had a bunch of heads out there. C-Ray's Walls, all kind of cats around this time. And they have an album as well that's on Spotify that this song is on, and this was on Right to Death too. But yeah, like I would go out there, and you know, their parents would, you know, get us out there, and then we could stay at their house. They would feed us, like, and we'd just be up all night making music. And these kids were really, really, really dope. And you know, they were, like I said, they were super young, like 14, 15 years old, all in high school, making really, really dope beats. So this song, and if you listen to this song in the beginning, I say, you know, like I went to a party and they ain't had no music. Like it was true. Like they took me to this party and we got there and there was no music playing. People were just sitting around, not doing nothing. And it was, you know, a bunch of high school kids, and, you know, like I was an older cat, you know, to them at least. And yeah, it was crazy. So like we went back to the house and I wrote this rhyme and recorded it at like 4 a.m. But yeah, this is Stay Sleep featuring Drum and Knowledge, produced by Drum and Knowledge, off of Right to Death 2. Check it out. Wrong song.
Yeah, I was chilling in Jersey and I went to this party and they ain't had no music. What kind of party is that? It just made me wanna just break my head open and write this shit. So it's the
devastating, diabolic method, masterpiece, piecing jigsaws of mixed puzzle pieces, picture piercing imperfection on the rise, picturesque desk bot photograph. I'll laugh at you for spitting that misguided beaten path, grass worn down, sound blaring style. Grab a spark and heat the hash, yo, then I'll need to dash. Gotta swoop some baby wipes, hit the crib and kiss the wife, hit the shower, hum a tune for about an hour, paint the moon, touch the stars with painted palette, loaded polychromatic flow at the show off with soft writtens and get split in a major way. I'll save the day, flying with a purple cape, stand with hands on hips and giggle sinister. And then I'll walk, run, sleep, drink, think right, chain fail, blink, drink, water, drink, spit, rhyme, live, die, give, take, early, late, real, fake, sex, drugs, violence, love, smoke, laugh, grab, into a flip, stale, fresh, time, match, sign, ladder, splatter, mind, matter,
sick, well, hate, love, hate, get me, see, blind, find, lost, off, on, flip, switch, poor, rich, ditch, dig, deep, stay, sleep, stay. Evolving, solving ridiculous riddles, simple, never minuscule, clever, been slicing, dicing mammals for lunch meat, sandwiches left, challenges Chad? With bandages and tourniquet ballads, valid mic murders, serve you with salad as main courses. Corpses haunt my field of dreams with crop circles and scheme of things. The phone rings, satin patterns developed from dust clouds, particles of articles pinned from lost pages. Find me silent about a mile from where the stage is. Meditating, reciting scripture for listener reaction. Fashion icon should choke on fabric being crushed by pythons. Is my mic on? Don't miss this mischievous massacre menacing about 1,000 times worse than anything that you're envisioning. Every utterance smothers kids with comfortors. There's no escape. I fell from grace, omnivoyant. So what you running for? What you running for? I fell from grace, omnivoyant. So what you running for? What you running for? What you running for? Stop running. Stop running. Stop running. Then I walk, run, sleep, dream, think right, change, fail, blink, drink, water, drink, spit, rhyme, live, die, yeah, take, early, late, real, fake, sex, drugs, violence, thugs, smoke, laugh, crash, into a whip, stale, fresh, time, met, signs, ladders, splatter, mind, matter, chatter, quick, sick, well, hate, love, hate, get me, see, blind, find, lost, off, on, flip, switch, or, ditch, shit, deep, stay, sleep, stay.
What up, Jay?
I'm the DJ, man. Bitch, who you calling a bitch? Your mama's a sorry bitch. My mama ain't no
Yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks.
I kick your ass. Hey, I'll fight a girl.
I saw Ben say it's such a classic. It is. It's a classic to me too, man.
No.
Yeah, I love this song so much. So the next joint I'm gonna play for y'all. The music is mine that I'm playing. I just got a line across the top of my live that says the music that you're playing belongs to someone else. It's actually mine. It's crazy. But this next joint I'm gonna play is a joint that me and my crew did in high school. This is one of my old high school joints from that batch of music that I found, and it was one of our like standout songs that we did at that time, and yeah, like it's one of my favorites. And yeah, I was like 15, 16 when I wrote this. It's Rashad on the beat, also Rashad on the hook singing, and yeah, check it out. It's called Goodbye December.
So cypher, my man J Rolls on the track, my man Illogic in the back, chillin'. Yeah, this song is about lost loves. You people, this, check it out. You used to be my earth, my shade under the sun, my personal angel, even if I didn't deserve one. You gave me breath when I needed the oxygen of love. You were God's best creation, sent down from above. You were taken for granted within my planet of feelings. It's sad that we had to take the life of our children. I'm a selfish man, admitting this is part of my rehabilitation. Some say I'll see you next lifetime, but I don't believe in reincarnation. Facing my worst fear, living life without my baby. It's like I lose you every year. What is it, some type of anniversary? This verse for me is hard enough to write, let alone recite. My life is like a whole hiatus, days turning to nights. We were meant to be together, soulmates. Damn, ain't that enough? We disagree on dumb-ish, yeah, we agree on love. I hope God laces spaces to make our love adjacent. Rain on communications, interrupt our conversations. Cause the most high up there, he's our only hope. Forget asking your so-called friends or reading daily horoscopes. This love is real and I would die for the life of my understanding. I ain't throwing it all away, shorty. We had so many plans and I'm feeling as if my presence being lost is cool to you. Like you auctioned off my heart, like it's no big deal to you. I catch myself saying I'm through with you, knowing it ain't true. Cause when nobody else is looking, my eyes is on you. Relationship entangled with feelings. Who am I digging? See, I dug you too much, so much you became my religion. Now I'm atheist, facing this life without you, barely living.
High school, y'all.
Days pass, and it's hard to move on, knowing you're no longer here. Our love was
This song might be older than some of y'all watching.
and it's plain to
exit stages, my spirit exits to a realm of illogic's non-existence. Pupils dilated, visioning rhythmically impaired lost souls wandering across a desert of plagiarisms. Third eyes are no longer open to wisdom of lyricism. Physical eyes strain, reaching the now forbidden plane of the mentally orgasmic. MCs I personify plastic, clogging the atmosphere. Now smoking weed and packing gats is the practice for dopeness. No more pen and paper focus for MC status. One writes for another to rock the apparatus. The art of personally blessing papyrus is foreign. No live shows, kids flip the LPs when touring. Witnessing my art's living death, I watched her gasping for breath, fighting for what was once hers with no strength left. Eyes filled with pain and sorrow, wishing to give her children the gift of common sense. She weeps, cause she knows it's unwanted. It was the last straw when she was raped by the blunted. Close-minded, no direction kid she once loved showed no affection. Tears burst from my eyes as I viewed her crucifixion. From her bosom flowed lyrics I would have possessed. Nevertheless, my existence was animated, unreal. So I could do nothing to save her with an unborn skill. So I watched as she dropped. When her head hit the ground, I woke in fright, wanting her to live and not die. My mind began to cry. For years I've been troubled by this, my greatest fear. Opening my book to this page to find the ink has shed tears. I miss you.
Days pass, and it's hard to move on, knowing you're no longer here. Our love was so strong, you were a part of me.
Y'all feeling that?
It's late to sleep, I'm gonna miss this year. Goodbye, December.
We're just some high school kids
Goodbye, December.
that love hip hop.
Goodbye, December. I'm gonna miss you, well. Goodbye, December. Is you happy? Goodbye, baby. So sad.
Yeah, so that was Goodbye December by Soul Cypher, Illogic, and Chance. At the time, goes by Rashad now, part of the Third. But yeah, man, that was some nice high school vibes. This next joint I'm gonna play is one of my favorites as well, and it's produced by Earmint. It was a cat. I spent a lot of time in Chicago in the 2000 times. And recorded a lot with Earmint, recorded a lot with Overflow, recorded a lot with K Cruz, a lot of cats out there. And this was a joint I wrote when I was out on tour. And I was really feeling homesick, really feeling homesick. And he played me this beat. We were in the studio, he played me this beat. And like I sat down and wrote this song because I was really feeling homesick. And it's one of my faves as well. And it's called Haven't Been Home. This joint is crazy dope. Got you thinking about your exes, Jason? That's funny. But check this out. This is called Haven't Been Home, produced by Earmint, off of his album Another Early Evening, also on Spotify. Check it out.
There hasn't been a day at home in a while now. I've been walking too long, I need to sit down. See, there hasn't been a day at home in a while now. I've been walking too long, I need to sit down.
Language gets lost in the crowd these days. Anguish hits often aloud, so we pray. My wingspan is spread, I'm in the clouds to stay. Lord, spray sun rays accenting my clear blue sky. I hear the wind whip as a dove flew by. She looked me dead in my eye for what felt like a lifetime. I dabbled in trying to find the guidelines to existing, twisting finite reality into a timeline worth listing. I've gone into performance without a mask on, while you're adorned with the ornaments of a rap song. The dove with love, whispered passion in my ears, asking that my art always has lasted and passion. So here we stand, one face to another. I'm handing earmints to your spirit till you hear this bass line that smothers. I've been walking too long, I need to sit down. 2 songs away from the day I can sit down and make my kids smile. 2 songs away from plummeting over the edge, hoping my head stays straight for the road ahead. Life and death can't be simultaneous, so don't speak when I comment. Right breath instantaneous with the speed of a comet. There hasn't been a day of home in a while now. I've been walking too long, I need to sit down. See, there hasn't been a day of home in a while now. I've been walking too long, I need to sit down. See, there hasn't been a day of home in a while now. I've been walking too long, I need to sit down. See, there hasn't been a day of home in a while now. I've been mic in my hand. Colossal energy display decays toxins in man. It's shocking the way to expand horizons and breathe sound waves. Can unravel the babble served to compile slaves. Each day I lay to sleep and see that dove. I hear her teach me, think and love. You're almost home. Alone and fragile, gotta get a handle on my basket of dreams before this candle burns out and my casket screams. I need things tangible. The manual didn't mention this road. My soul bleeds for artists who want hold. They plant seeds of delusion and illusion. I can't believe they're using my art to kill the lives of the alive and open-minded. I hope science can't find a cure. I'm too ill. I need to be home so I can sit still. Hasn't been a day of home in a while now. I've been walking too long. I need to sit down. See, there hasn't been a day of home in a while now. I've been walking too long. I need to sit down. See, there hasn't been a day of home in a while now. I've been walking too long. I need to sit down. See, there hasn't been a day of home in a while now. I've been walking too long. I need to sit down.
Yeah, that's Haven't Been Home. Produced by Earman. On his album, Another Early Evening. Yeah, I was just out on the road for so long. And I really needed to get home. I want to collab with A$AP again too. It'll happen. But yeah, like this is definitely one of my favorite joints. Yeah. That beat is so crazy. A$AP is the Bjork of hip-hop. That's funny. I haven't heard that one. Yeah, so that was Haven't Been Home off of Another Early Evening by Earman, produced by Earman featuring me. This next joint I'm going to play is a joint that's real important to me. Off of Capture the Sun. Word. Off of Capture the Sun, called Blindfold. And this joint was, it's probably one of those songs that a lot of people might listen to, might not. I'm not sure that listen to that album. But it's one of my favorite songs because, you know, like it's kind of like I Wish You Would Make Me Part 2. You know, like I'm, you know, still trying to get my life right and walk right with God and everything. And, you know, some days it's easier than others. And, you know, just had to remove the blindfolds and really keep steady and keep on the course. So this is Blindfold. This is one of my favorite songs off Capture the Sun.
If we say that we have fellowship then with him and walk in darkness, we lie and deny the truth. That's pretty clear.
I stroll through life with a blindfold by choice, hoping to avoid danger. When I could just take it off and sidestep the insanity, telling all my secrets to a stranger. I try to talk to you every day, pray and digest some scripture, struggling between doing it my way and submission, allowing you to breathe on the bigger picture. Simulated smiles flood the landscape, elevated pride dilutes a handshake. We walk with torn soul. It's difficult to walk the path and stay straight. Got my steps with grace to seek your face. Remove the blindfold. Wings spread, hoping to catch the wind. Even though I'm anchored in earth and sin, walk with worn soul. It's difficult to walk the path and stay straight. Got my steps with grace to seek your face. Remove the blindfold. It's like I'm banging on a door that I'm not meant to open. Not without the sacrifice of making you my focus. Need to remove self from the equation. All these years work to polish perfect mask of patience. No more illusion. Smoking mirrors shattered in the limelight. False delusion. Shattered from the stage because the time's right.
It's mine too, Garrett. My second favorite after Celestial as well.
Before stars turn off. Look, I've never been one to apologize, but I'm sorry for not nursing the gift I was given to show signs. Allowing fear and pride to impede my stride. Trying to keep one foot on the ground when I meant to fly.
God is light, there's no darkness. Then you cannot have fellowship with God when you're in darkness. Amen? You cannot have fellowship with God when you're in darkness. You will only be able to have fellowship with God when you're in light.
I stroll through life with a blindfold by choice, hoping to avoid danger. When I could just take it off and sidestep the insanity of telling all my secrets to a stranger. I try to talk to you every day, pray and digest some scripture, struggling between doing it my way and submission, allowing you to breathe on the bigger picture. Simulated smiles flood the landscape, elevated pride dilutes a handshake. We walk with torn soul. It's difficult to walk the path and stay straight. Got my steps with grace to seek your face. Remove the blindfold, wings spread, hoping to catch the wind. Even though I'm anchored in earth and sin, walk with worn soul. It's difficult to walk the path and stay straight. Got my steps with grace to seek your face. Remove the blindfold. It's like I'm waiting for some tragedy to force me closer. Misplaced passion and apathy, this wounded soldier. At times feels like a failure in your eyes, so I dig deeper, convincing myself that I can hide. Ride the Atlantic, trying so hard to be a star when I should be a plane, bask in the orbit of who you are. They don't understand, but I'm here with arms stretched again, just asking if you could wash me clean and be my friend. Look, I've never been one to apologize, but I'm sorry for nursing the darkness in my heart, keeping it alive, allowing fear and pride to impede my stride, trying to keep one foot on the ground when I'm meant to fly.
And now that's becoming very important, because at least you got to know when you're in darkness. So what happens in the life of an individual who just kind of wants to ignore the fact that he's in darkness, but he keeps coming to church, and he keeps praying, and he keeps giving, he keeps doing all these things, except judging his life where light is concerned.
I stroll through life with a blindfold by choice, hoping to keep my family from danger.
Thanks for sharing,
when I
memory.
could just take it off, lead with an example of confidence and not seem like such a stranger. We should talk to you every day as a family, pray and digest some scripture.
I appreciate that,
doing
Jason.
it our way. We'll submit and allow you to breathe on the bigger picture.
If we're not walking in light and God is light, and we say we have fellowship with God who is light, but we're not judging the light that we're walking in, when we're in darkness, you lie and the truth is not in you.
Yeah, so that was Blindfold. That's one of my favorite songs. Thanks, Memory. I appreciate you sharing it in some groups, sharing the stream in some groups. So this next joint, we are going to get back to the bars. This is off of the Lucid Logic album. It's also on Spotify under Lucid Logic. This song is called Vampires and Inchworms, and like I was just kind of spazzing when I wrote this. It's lyrically one of my favorite in-depth, just bar-heavy joints, and it's produced by the illustrious Just Joey. He went by Lucid Optics at the time, and now he is Just Joey. And he has a new album actually that's coming out called Seek or Swim. You can go to Just Joey at Bandcamp, on his Bandcamp, and pre-order that. But yeah, this joint is called Vampires and Inchworms. We're gonna get back to the bars, and yeah, love this song. Appreciate that. I'm gonna keep pushing. Vampires, inchworms, campfires, left turns. I've been trying to learn the things that no man can teach. Pharaohs, monarchs, figureheads, and false starts builds a bond of vigilance that no man can reach. Cyanide simplified, humility homogenized, delighting in the swan dive. So take me to the beach. The passion of the crucifix, unmasking your uselessness, basking in the latency that takes me to the brink. Tone deaf but listening. Smooth stones the Philistines from the sling I bring. It's open to those who think. Bearded lady complex, sleep into your conscious. The context is based upon the shearing of the sheep. Manipulated blindfolds can see the fear that time holds, conceding to the wishing well. We all should take a drink. Sit and watch the climate change melt away the science of the game. Take a chance and get to dancing in the streets. Lost in translation, a broken transmission. The addiction
Building the patience is based upon instinct. Nicknames and outliers, chain gangs, nail biters, a spoonful of sugar and the recipe's complete. Ink escapes the quill tip, ceilings don't exist. The solar system is my pool hall. I'm chalking up my stick to give defeat. I'm not a savior, and I am not a crook. In fact, I wanna be your neighbor, so let's build and share the labor like that.
I'm jumping off the cliff, you wanna come with? Let's fly.
Vagabonds of luxury, utterly draped in subtlety, muttering madness, bubbling from the depths of burning coal. Dodging sentinel tentacles, hobble the pinnacle, flashing the dimples, mocking minstrels with the cries of burning souls. Packing the planet, take it for granted, the standards damaged, the candid cracking of a smile as good as gold. Shattering laughter, afterward gather among the unsung masters, unheard, and I'm as good as soul. Chill victory over the rocks, spill infamy, instantly shock the orthodoxy with the moxie I control. Each piece is vanguard, the hard chart in pieces, increasing the legend. Heaven holds the speeches I unfold. The space-time continuum listens only when you watch your watch stop ticking. The thank you angels glisten in the snow. Origami hobby creases probably got me thinking godly. Oddly, I plant dreams and it seems tsunamis grow. Telegraph the punch, I sip to quench the thirst and dip. The ship is sailed beyond the conscious walls the goblins know. What a piece of work is man, earth and sand, sculpted by the hands of the sun in the wingspan of a rainbow. Hollow shell, ego echoes empty, but you follow well. Prone to fell rebellion, you can tell it by the smell. So I am not a savior, no I am not a crook. In fact, I wanna be your neighbor, so let's build and share the labor, and I'm gone.
Yeah, that was Vampires and Inchworms off of the Lucid Logic album. For me, Lucid Logic, that album, like I hold that up there with Capture the Sun, with Celestial. I hold that up there with any album that I've ever put out. It's one of my, I think some of my best writing in my career. And if you haven't checked it out, check out on all your streaming platforms. Lucid Logic, it's definitely one of my favorite albums that I've ever done. So with that, I'm going to play you guys. This is an exclusive. We are working on the second Lucid Logic album, and the first Lucid Logic album was all produced by Lucid Optics, just Joey, and the second Lucid Logic album is going to be all produced by me. And so I'm going to play you guys, like we have an EP done pretty much right now. And I'm going to play you guys a song off of that I produced. And this is Lucid Logic 2. I guess that's what we're going to call it. I don't know yet. But yeah, like this joint really, really goes. And I really love the beat. I think I did a good job. It still has to be mixed and mastered. But Lucid Logic 2 is coming soon. This is me on the beat and Lucid Optics on the rhyme. Check it out. I hope y'all like it. It's called I Don't Care.
Backstroking, flash flood, surf tsunamis, eat till they live to die, saying I had fun. Watch a sandcastle crumble with the laugh. I don't get disappointed if the hard drive crash. All it means is now I have another chance to write it. I make sure nobody listen and go undecided. Hate it or like it, I don't really give a fuck. I'll encapsulate myself, find a way to make a buck. Mind on a promenade, drive a truck, nodding off. Hope the crash killed me cause the road ahead is falling off. Head in the clouds, that is what's up. Trying to stay grounded, trying not to lose touch, trying not to overdo it. I maneuver through maneuver. I am gonna be a star no matter who think I'm a loser. Where I take a day off, think it's gonna pay off. Watch me ghost everyone I show up to the seance. I take myself out, Hemingway inclination. Eat alone stoned and I don't send invitations. My friends do the same shit, each to me indelible. Each of us an island in a winding archipelago. Even though I forget at times life's incredible. Savoring the minutes till the memory inaccessible. I might have gotten high when I lit the field on fire. Might have done myself in walking across the wire. But I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. No,
Yeah, so that was I Don't Care. That is an exclusive from the up and coming Lucid Logic 2 record. And yeah, it's all gonna be produced by me, all with Lucid and me on the rhymes. I'll dip in there, but it'll be similar format as the first Lucid Logic album, just reversed. I don't think any group has ever done anything like that, so we're trying to do something different, and I hope y'all dig it when it does hit y'all's eardrums. But yeah, we're gonna follow this up, we're gonna slow it down a little bit, and this is one of my favorites as well. This is off of the One Bar Left EP that me and Ill Poetic did. And this song is called Cold November Day. And it's one of the illest stories I think that I've ever written. And yeah, if y'all haven't heard that, it's going to be up on streaming services really, really soon. But check this out. It's called Cold November Day by me and produced by Ill Poetic. Word.
That cold November day, he penned the perfect poem that changed the very fabric of existing. His pen bled beautiful bouquets of purpose blossoms, yet he knew he was still on a quest to find his own pasture. Daily he would patiently wait for something to pacify his drive to feel alive, but he knew there was something beyond just being a pawn that barely survives that enticed him. When he was sent away, there was a friend that would write him, but when that stopped, he began to write himself. His only friends were padded walls, a notepad and a pen. No next of kin, left in this world all by yourself. There were many that tried to help, but no words could erase what he was forced to face that cold November day. His mother and father were orphans that found each other's love, had no one else but knew they had each other's love. And when they had him, wanted him to have someone that loved him, that he could touch, tangible, that loved him. But one early Sunday in November, he lay between his parents, a pure soul. He was barely 4 years old. Then it happened. 2 masked men grabbed him from the bed, while a third woke his father up and stabbed him. A fourth held his mother down while she yelled stop and did unspeakable things to her, while this 4-year-old watched. Then they left him there with his dead mother and father. Somehow he was fully aware of what happened and never spoke again. Deemed the danger to himself unless he's holding a pen. His only high points was receiving letters from his imaginary friend. It was a cold November day. It was a cold November day. It was a cold November day. He lay strapped to a bed, and in his head is the only place he felt someone listen. There were times when he'd wake to watch the sunrise and tried to find its beauty in the words that he had written himself. The cards he was dealt, perfect recipe for crash and burn. The lessons he had to learn guided his pen to the promised land. A blend of modern man and prophecy was a helping hand in waking him from his slumber. He'd often wonder, now 20 years later, if his life could reflect the life he poured onto the paper. It was his only escape from seeing his mother's face. Taking a last breath, he wrote what little hope he had left. His soul took control of the pain he had to say in order to break from his chains that cold November day. Destined to make a change, no longer scared and ashamed. Begin to feel the honor of having his father's name. The words came easy like Sunday morning that Sunday morning, and the irony of that was a poem within itself. As his pen bled, he finally started to clear his head and knew he was the poem within itself. So that cold November day, he penned the perfect poem to change his fabric of existing. He picked the perfect blossoms planted by his parents while grazing the pasture of inheritance left for him. Not waiting to pacify his drive to feel alive, no longer waiting to fall off the cliff but ready to fly. You could see it in his eyes, how he left the doubt with ease. Just then he opened his mouth and spoke the words, I believe. It was a cold November day. It was a cold November day. It was a cold November day.
Yeah, that's Cold November Day. Yeah, that was Cold November Day, produced by Ill Poetic. Off of the One Bar Left EP. One of my favorites as well. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Beats and B-Sides, episode 4. Illogic's favorites. Dipping into the back catalog. Dipping into some of the unreleased. Just some of my favorite songs that I've done in my career. I just wanted y'all to, see what kind of stuff of mine that I really appreciate that means, things to me. So yeah, this next joint is a joint I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard. It is produced by my man Blueprint, and it's off of his Chamber Music album, which is available on Spotify. Also available, at his Bandcamp and everything. But this joint is called Sacrifice. And this is like one of those songs that, I used to just go over Prince's house and just sit, listen to beats, and just write rhymes for hours. Especially when I was in college. And there's other times we'd just travel up to Prince for a weekend and just chill and write rhymes and record songs. And there's so many like unreleased waitlist songs that's out there that are crazy ill. But this one was released, and this joint is called Sacrifice. It's one of my faves off of Blueprint's Chamber Music. Let's go. Thanks for listening, Jason. I appreciate
it. The children dance hand in hand to expand ideas in fear of forgetting who they are. The only remnants of reflection is the dusty horn section of a dying star. I've never been where I'm going and I don't know where I'll be, but I'll keep things off the hook, so don't try to reach me. My eyes are slightly open now, I'm starting to see what my parents and grandmother were trying to teach me. See, it rained on my parade, drenched floats and marching bands soaked the sponge. Now I plunge in my son's laughter, animated suspension with anti-matrix intentions, language lifting with the script in the one chapter. Is this what Jimmy felt when Purple Haze was penned? Strumming the strings, not knowing where the tunnel would end. I'm learning some things, I've been where karma bends, in that cliff where life and sacrifice blends. They say the grass is always greener on the other side. I jumped the fence so where I am won't look so dismal. Saw a tidal wave coming, thought I'd take a ride, though I only feel alive when I'm holding a pencil. I volunteered to kamikaze, now search for rejector seats, but all I found was a quill and loose leaf sheets. So as my ship sinks, I can only spill ink and write my life away. I've done this twice today. I've danced with wolves and ate lunch with cannibals. I'm allergic to fur, so I don't play with animals. I won't dive in the mainstream, I'd rather do cannonballs, stressing life lessons in mic sessions, exposing flaws. See, I read the satisfaction's the death of desire. I'm only satisfied when I'm left in the fire, blazing blissful, yet absent-minded. I'm laughing cause I lost myself and I'm trying to find him.
Yeah, Blueprint is a landlord. Got that property right. Yeah, Blueprint is working on chamber music too, by the way. I've heard a lot of it. It's super, super dope. Y'all are gonna be pleasantly surprised. But yeah, like back in the day, we used to just like record mad joints. And yeah, this was one of them. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all definitely hanging with us throughout these years and supporting the movement. You know, the Weightless movement, the Illogic movement, Blueprint movement, the Columbus movement. Like, we really appreciate it.
Shepherd of the mountain, come into my country. Come and teach my people the wisdom of man. Shepherd of the mountain, knowledge of the sages, wisdom of the ages of man. Fill us with contentment, let us know of peace. Fill us with contentment, let us know
Dropping them gems. Yeah, so that was Sacrifice off of the Blueprint Chamber Music album. Yeah, it's one of my favorite joints as well. So we just gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna play y'all another joint off of the Lucid Logic album because, like I told y'all, it's one of my favorite. But this song is called "Find a Way," and it's one of my favorites mainly because on the hook, I actually have my wife and my sons. They came in the studio and I had them doing the hook for me behind me, and I mixed them all in, and it's really, 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 really one of my favorite songs just because it was a family affair when we did it, and also because like the beat is kind of a weird time signature, so like where my rhymes fall is like real different, and it's a very like unique song. So yeah, it's one of my favorites as well. So it's called Find a Way. Yeah, this is Beats and B-Sides, episode 4, Illogic's favorites. Here we go, Find a Way from Lucid Logic. Check it out.
We just gotta find a way. Find a way. Find a way. We just gotta find a way. Find a way. Find a way. We just gotta find a way.
Soiled shirts and jeans are just a reflection of hopes and dreams that go into protecting love. The silent screams of seashells discarded holds the echoes of souls who tripped over their own laces. Departed cause he sees red, extending staff over the following. All liquids aren't made for swallowing. He walked the streets till his feet bled, wallowing in each of his drawings of bliss. He kissed the concrete too often, but melted hearts and watched them drip into a petri dish. Blew his gift across each candle lit and made a wish. Wants to excel, not stay content. Build a surplus, not just pay bills and rent. And be unaware of where his ceiling is, but well aware of where his feelings live.
We just gotta find a way. Find a way. Find a way. We just gotta find a way. Find a way. Find a way. We just gotta find a way.
Beautifully conscious of this monstrous undertaking, so much so his hands are shaking from the confidence. Bathing in the consequence of common sense, embracing a tomorrow that's not so ominous. A timeless smile he's hugged by, no charades or facades to hide behind. Open arm to the sunshine, he seeks to climb to his promises without going blind. But it's obvious that he's not the same. A man who thinks with his own mind, defined by his own name. While some recline in their own shame and look to blame every image but reflection. See, his blessings won't be tamed by the shackles of intellect, insisting that he's not finished yet. There's no escaping conflict, but there's so much more to accomplish. Why be tangled in regret? Now these classified documents haven't been decrypted just yet, but he suspects they contain the keys to the steps that remain to obtain patience, all in due time.
We just gotta find a way. Find a way. Find a way. We just gotta find a way. Find a way. Find a way. We just need to just gotta find a way. We just need to find a way. Find a lane designer. Find a way. We just need to find a way. Find a way.
if you listen closely at the end of the song, it's my son, my oldest son actually is in the background, like find a way. Like you can like hear him like by himself. It's kind of faint, but if you really listen, like they were having a lot of fun when we recorded that. And yeah, that joint is super, super special to me. So yeah, I think I'm gonna play a couple more, but right now I'm gonna play one of my favorite songs that have never been released, that a lot of people have, doubts about its existence. But this song is a song from the Orphanage that people have never heard. I think I shared like a snippet of it on my Instagram a long time ago when I found it. But yeah, like we didn't have names for the songs that we did, because we did about 8 joints. We didn't have names for them. So this song is just called Orphan Number 4. But it's definitely one of my favorite joints. Like all of us kind of like play off of each other, and we're going like 4 bars, 8 bars back and forth. Really, really, really fresh when we wrote this at Ideas House long time ago. Rest in peace. But yeah, this is Orphan Number 4, and it's by the Orphanage. Check it out.
For the mom pieces, for the 9 nickels, suck a dick. Motherfucker, please. I'm here to show you how to sink a ship in 99 coherent keys. Jackhammer, jiggy jabber, Georgia pedo misfit.
Don't you dabble with my destiny, peasant. Please keep your distance. I enter any mind, interested in a listen. In those that oppose, I drill holes and skulls to make my presence known. When I'm in the zone, I turn your mind into my home.
You know why?
You're not alone.
Watch this little shop of horrors crop delinquent species, while those bite the hand that releases their flingo pieces. Y'all can holler.
Yeah, rest in peace, idea.
Pleasure to jolt the fame, post the children out the endeavor.
My abstract matter might make a make shift, defense mechanism break underneath the pressure. Every rhyme sprayed left the brave-hearted concave, timid at the sight of what I displayed.
I'm exhausted. I lost radio contact 10 minutes ago. Keen, thick, boogie, fresh, messy dream. You soft like Lamar touching the mic at a Tri-Land nerd rally, backed by a crooked chorus screaming no one 15.
I know foes that meddle in my mama's old kettle. Raise the heat level till it's hot enough to scold the devil. Players got game but lack the gold medals, cause they don't give out gold when the Olympics are special.
I sadly sink and surf in this version. 1,001 gutter urchins working shifts, searching for something pertinent. Crash. If I had $1 for each song you've done, I quit my day job, baby. I'm all about the wash.
I feel good about today for what it's worth. The last time I was this ill, I had to call off work. Your metaphors are proof you got a hole in your think tank, and your punchlines need time with Billy Blanks.
Loudmouths, rattlesnakes, style biters, haters. The Orphanage is on and we welcome all takers. DJs, MCs, graph writers, breakers. Put it in your boombox, play it till the roof drops. Loudmouths, rattlesnakes, style biters, haters. The Orphanage is on and we welcome all takers. DJs, MCs, graph writers, breakers. Put it in your boombox, play it till the roof drops.
Who you call an asshole? You probably right. I guess that's me, that's who I gotta be, right? I've been ignoring your voice for a lot of the night, because that useless noise is gonna rob me of life. The second hand ticking on the watch lets me know that as far as it goes, it never stops. Stay afloat, and hope ain't nothing but a 4-letter beast. So as I eat, I pick the feathers off the feast. Peace to anyone that sees hell to get fresh. Call me Mr. Midwest, guaranteed to fail the piss test. If less is more, I guess I got it all. So I'm leaning on the wall, screaming yes, yes, y'all. We're writing symphonies while you're writing deliveries, tricking me in my epiphanies from the vicinity. Incognito player, rhyme sayers all the way till the day the sun rays become as lethal as the gun sprays.
Loudmouths, rattlesnakes, style biters, haters. The Orphanage is on and we welcome all takers. DJs, MCs, graph writers, breakers. Put it in your boombox, play it till the roof drops. Loudmouths, rattlesnakes, style biters, haters. The Orphanage is on and we welcome all takers. DJs, MCs, graph writers, breakers. Put it in your boombox, play it till the roof drops.
Toss a quarter on the stage, we can hopscotch this. Beat you mic chord first while your mom watches. Caught you in pink speedos, butterfly stroking an ink blot.
I think lots of these rappers need to give it up. Please stop
the tea chattering when we battering. Knees knocked to the rhythm of taps, cause we ain't feeling your rap.
And I hate to invade your vision, to break your piston, but only an idiot would expect to gain respect to plagiarizing his favorite rhymer. There's no award for the biggest spider. Get off the dick quick, retire, quit, find somewhere to sit.
Get inspired, smash Adam's apple and make cider. Serve it over dry ice to your 2.3 kid and your wife.
And if your prose ain't approved, Bobby, don't expect applause. I cook the special raw with extra sauce to direct the law and disconnect your jaw. Let me correct your flaws. You digging this? I bet you are. The orphanage is the best of all. There's a gator pit underneath the bridge you need to get across. Better walk slow and breathe deep to take the pressure off. I wet the bras and panties of you unperfected bras. Give me a title now, that way you can say you never lost.
I see short tempers and brooms with long faces, where mouths run on weak tracks and wrong races. I haven't been around the world, but I've been
I
in
miss
places
Mikey
to know
too.
it doesn't take up much rope to hang yourself with.
Appreciate those kind
you
words.
like knights in chess, you only take L's. I'll smoke them to remind you how defeat smells. Spit with marksmanship, so if you don't get the feeling, it's like you're taking a deep breath in a pool with a ceiling. The tortoise boot and the hair clapped. I'm serious, cause in the street kids make paths for idiots.
In the song we just wrote in the last 20 minutes, I'll shine your whole career statistics. Y'all ain't fucking with it.
Loudmouths, rattlesnakes, style biters, haters. The orphanage is on and we welcome all takers. DJs, MCs, rap writers, breakers. Put it in your boombox, play it till the roof drops. Loudmouths, rattlesnakes, style biters, haters. The orphanage is on and we welcome all takers. DJs, MCs, rap writers, breakers. Put it in your boombox, play it till the roof drops.
Yeah. So that was Orphan number 4. As y'all can hear, like it's really crusty, really grimy. You know what I'm saying? Because it was digitized from a tape. But yeah, like shout out to everybody who's shouting out Idea. He was one of my closest friends in hip hop. We were the young bucks, me, him, and Max Abilities. We were the young bucks of the crew. He took me on my first tour ever, and yeah, like you know, like I really miss him a lot. And he was a very, very special person to me. So yeah, like you know, I'm going to play one more song that is definitely one of my favorites that I've ever done. And then I'm going to get out of here, man. I really appreciate y'all checking me out. I really appreciate y'all listening. I definitely will continue to do this. Let me know how many of y'all would watch this if it was on YouTube as well. Let me know in the comments, because I think I'm going to start streaming directly to YouTube and, you know, keep it moving that way. And, yeah, probably do some stream action. But, yeah, like I'm going to play one more joint and then I'm going to get out of here. Actually, 2 more. I'm sorry. 2 more songs. And one of them is off of my album, A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind. And it's definitely one of the weirdest joints that I've done. But I really, 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 really dug it when we did it, and I still do dig it right now. And it's called Raining Down. It was on some acid jazz shit. But yeah, it's called Raining Down. It's off of A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind that was produced by the Sound Cultivator. Check it out.
Watch the leaves turn shades unknown. Don't believe all that you're shown. This crazy world is soon to break, so we've got some plans to make. I'll die for love if need be. I'm standing right here, but you don't see me. Something got lost in the breathing. While teething, the seedling was left seething. Let's remove our boxes now. If you don't know, then I'll show you how. All you do is live your smile and open your heart to the sunshine.
It's raining down on us, raining down, raining down, raining down.
The sunshine.
It's raining down on us,
The sunshine.
It's raining down on us,
The sunshine. We've been here before today. None can minimize the mark we've made. It's seen in all that surrounds us. No matter how deeply disguised, God found us. So many places that we could go, beyond the reach of limitations. Most have never left their doorstep to inhale the beauty in just our nation. We've built too much to waste it all. Some will rise and some will fall. But if you just live your smile, it opens your heart to the sunshine.
It's raining down, raining us, raining down, raining down.
The sunshine.
It's raining down on us, on us.
The sunshine.
It's raining down on us, on us.
The sunshine. Yeah, so that's raining down off of a man who thinks with his own mind. I appreciate that, Elijah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I try to keep it tight. I try to keep the writing up to par, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was raining down off of a man who thinks with his own mind. And I really appreciate you guys listening. Really appreciate you guys tuning in to this every Friday. This is Beats and B-Sides, Volume 4. Illogic's favorites. So the last song I'm going to leave y'all with is another unreleased song from an album called Make Moves that actually the next... I was going to do it today, but I just didn't have the time. But the next time that, the next day that Bandcamp has the free, like the no fee thing, I'm going to release a new album for you guys. And it's an album, it's actually not new. It's actually probably about 10, 12 years old, something crazy. It's an older record, but it's called Make Moves. It was an album that I put out, or that I was going to put out when I was doing Dove Inc. with Aaron Evans, and when we put out Ill Poetics record, and we did a couple other albums. And for some reason, it just never came out. But this is the title track to that album, and it's called Make Moves, and this is the mindset that I was in at this time, just ready to take over the world, and then life hit me and life happened. So, yeah, this is Make Moves. This is going to be my last joint, then I'm going to get out of here. I really appreciate y'all listening, really appreciate y'all checking this out. This is Beats and B-Sides. We're going to keep it moving, we're going to keep it rolling, and hopefully I can bring y'all this every Friday. We may be changing the day once life gets back to normal. I'm sure Friday nights people aren't going to be at home chilling, watching me stream. So we may change the day in the later this year, but everything's going to get better. The sound quality is going to get better. The visual quality is going to get better. I'm just going to keep working and keep trying to bring y'all the best possible product that I possibly can. But thank y'all so much for supporting me throughout all these years and throughout all this time. Again, this is Beats and B-Sides, Volume 4, Illogic's favorites. You can check me out at IamIllogic.com. Go to my Bandcamp, all that stuff. Buy some music. But check it out. This is called Make Moves, and then I'm going to get out of here from the album Make Moves that will be released very, 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 very soon. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to me. Here we go.
Yeah. All right. Airman on the beats. Yo. All these cats that want to be rappers, they just think it's all about getting on stage and rocking in front of crowds, collecting checks. Man, you don't understand there's so much more that goes into being a rapper than just being a rapper. If you want to handle your stuff right, I'm going to explain it to you. It's a little like this. Check it out. Yo. Now when I first started, I wanted to rap simple and plain. Only cared about hitting the stage and fans knowing the name. Never endeavored to get better acquainted with the business. Depended on others to make decisions. I should've listened to mom. Her logic was valid, I didn't care. Knew I was talented, being illogic could get me where I wanna be. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. No hustle to build. Planted seeds didn't work, the harvest to fill. The hardest thing to accept, my part in the screenplay. The artist paints the picture regardless. But I handed over the brush and canvas. Abandoned plans to be active. Was happy collecting checks, showing up and just rapping. Just happened to be young and naive. Didn't have a plan B trick up the sleeve. I just had a dream. Oh, did I mention the wife and kids needed attention? This is when the mission's distractions change the passion.
Now if you really wanna blow, you gotta make some moves. It's more than rocking the show, you gotta make some moves. Don't depend on no one else, you gotta make some moves. It'll mean more if you do it yourself, so make some moves. Now if you really wanna blow, you gotta make some moves. It's more than rocking the show, you gotta make some moves. You can't depend on no one else, you gotta make some moves. It'll mean more if you do it yourself, so make some moves.
See, a lot of people don't understand that Illogic is 25 and he's been in the game for half his life. And this is just a nice small list of some of the stuff I've learned. Check it out. It's beer bottles, one-hitters, stage lights, and bar tabs, load-ins, sound checks, merch bags, and tour vans, new fans, quick cash, Jaeger bombs, and Newcastles. Keep in mind the fact that some sound men are assholes. Record reviews, interviews, publicists, and artwork, socializing, smiling when you feel like crying. It's hard work. Bridge building, maintenance, patience, and aggression. Learning when and where to assert each one shows progression. Propaganda, bad press, good press, the internet, appreciation, obsession, depression, and disrespect. Hand-to-hand, flyer passing, email, and UPS. Wholesale versus retail, I ain't even got deep yet. Record sales, advances, contracts, and quotables. Better hope they notice you. Careers are disposable. Time management, inspiration, confidence, and perspiration. So just pray they overcome payola for radio play. Video budgets, 12 inches, mixtapes, and no beats. Marketing schemes, knowing when and where to flood the streets. Distribution, organized confusion. Records flop, so labels drop artists and tell them to keep it moving.
Now if you really wanna blow, you gotta make some moves. It's more than rocking the show, you gotta make some moves. Don't depend on no one else, you gotta make some moves. It'll mean more if you do
try
it
to
yourself,
switch it up,
so
Mike.
make some moves. Now if you really wanna blow, you gotta make some moves. It's more than rocking the show, you gotta make some moves. You can't depend on no one else, you gotta make some moves. It'll mean more if you do it yourself, so make some moves. Now if you really wanna blow, you gotta make some moves. It's more than rocking the show, you gotta make some moves. Don't depend on no one else, you gotta make some moves. It'll mean more if you do it yourself, so make some moves. Now if you really wanna blow, you gotta make some moves. It's more than rocking the show, you gotta make some moves. You can't depend on no one else, you gotta make some moves. It'll mean more if you do it yourself, so make some moves.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Peace. I appreciate it. Thanks, Gareth. Have a good night. Peace from the UK. All right, y'all. Beats and B-Sides, episode 4. Coming to an end. Illogic's favorites. I may do an encore on Instagram in a little bit. So if y'all feel like hearing some of these songs again, check it out. But thank y'all. Peace.